It is very important how you make rubato. With Chopin it's like that. You really have to feel that freedom, and that's why it's difficult, because you cannot build too much. It's like a really long melody, it's like a one breath melody. I try to make legato of the sound in the upper part of the melodies. The chromatism is suffering, is pain. It does have to be highlighted all the time. Try to really feel the trust that you can express all that you want. Hello guys, welcome back to the series What If I Passed to the third round of the Chopin Competition, a series that talks about all the pieces that I would have played if I passed to the semi-final or the third round of the Chopin Competition, but I couldn't because I didn't pass. Anyway, I'm Ruben Micieli, I'm a pianist, conductor and composer, and I was a participant at the Chopin Competition 2025. In this episode we're gonna talk about the posthumous etudes. Etudes that are not very well known and not very much played actually, but they are beautiful pieces, especially because they are so little and so intimate. They are not really, etudes has the huge masterpieces of the Opus 10 and Opus 25, but still they are so beautiful, and in their simplicity they are incredibly difficult. I'm gonna just start with the first one. As for every etude, every single piece, has his own difficulty. The differences between Opus 10 and Opus 25 and the posthumous is that in a way they are easier, but in the other way, for me at least, they are even more narrative. You really have to dig deep to find a balance, because as you will see, it's very simple. So I'm gonna start with the first one. What I love about this posthumous etudes is how it introduces to the piece, like it's a story, like there's an introduction. That's why he starts with just one hand, repeating more or less the same thing, but there is the difficulty also to find the variety in every single time there's a repetition. And also in this piece is very important how you make rubato, because it cannot be too free, it cannot be too in the same way, all the same tempo, or you have an idea, okay, I'm just gonna go accelerate there and then make rallentando. It's not like that. It should have some kind of improvisatory feeling inside, like really it's a story that you are creating on the spot. With Chopin it's like that. You really have to feel that freedom, and that's why it's difficult, because you cannot build too much. If you build too much, it loses its beauty. So the beginning is like this. And finally, you understand why it's an etude. Because on the left hand, you have quadruplets, which is this. On the right hand, as I already played, there's the triplets, which is this. In all of this, still we have to make rubato. Still we have to have a long slur, because it's all legato, and this is another difficult thing. It's not like I'm doing this part of this melody and it gets again. No, it's like a really long melody. It's like a one breath melody, and that's why it's also difficult. But the idea is to somehow try to balance all of this and somehow build what's a tension, a narrative tension, that then brings till the end of the piece. Of course, it's a long line, but it cannot be all the same. So if I do like this, I try to make legato of the sound in the upper part of the melodies, which is this. Instead of doing this, because that note still is part of the melody, but it's like a way, you know, to give a little bit more weight. But that doesn't have to, you know, be so much part of the same melody, so that it creates somehow a more fluid way to tell the story. And another important thing is when you start repeating again, and that is the same thing that I did at the beginning. What I mean is this. This chromatism, this melody is full of chromatism. The chromatism is suffering, is pain. It does have to be highlighted all the time because it's too beautiful. And whenever we think about it and whenever we know, all the music changes. It like becomes such a beautiful way to feel the music. And this is another beautiful thing. Inside the same melody, the first 4 bars are more or less in F minor, which is this. This is the dominant. Here. It changed. So this is why there's a difference of harmony, which is this. Which is E flat with the 7th, and then goes in A flat major. You have to feel all of this. That's why Chopin is beautiful. Here, as at the beginning, it starts the same melody. Every single time that it repeats this, Fa Mi, it has to be different. And as you see, the left hand is still, you know, metrically always perfect. The idea it should be like a ta 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 ta. What it's free is the right hand because it has the melody. And as Chopin used to say to his students, the rubato, the idea of singing, the idea of being free, also in the nocturnes, comes from the right hand, not from the left. The rhythm, it's always there. It moves, but it doesn't have to be too unstable, because if it becomes too unstable, you lose that kind of fluid way to go on, you know, the kind of direction towards the end of the piece. Here finally again, a difference of harmony, you know, is changing everything. We are from here. Here is like, for me, you know, I'm trying to close myself, you know, in my thoughts. And it's suffering, it's really painful. But then a light, that's the change of harmony. And because of that, everything a little bit changes and everything starts moving. It gets even more agitated. The idea of using the thumb to play even more notes, it's actually written by Chopin, because Chopin used to do this. He used to have this kind of trick, you know, because it does give a different weight to the melody. And that's why he used to do this. It's the same that he used to do at the Chopin Competition with the Nocturne Opus 27 number 1, when he does this. Here it's the same. he used to love to use just one finger because the weight is the same. So you have the possibility to give a different kind of tone. I'm gonna get back with the piece. So you'll see here, this is a big crescendo. It's really big, like there's so many measures of crescendo. So the idea is to try to conceive a way to build, but not to get to the crescendo too early. You see how long it was? That's the idea, to try, to keep all the tension. I try to feel all the chromatism inside, but also, to try to have that kind of magic, because, I can build as much as I want. There's a difference between building, a structure, building a piece, have everything inside of yourself, but then try to have that kind of, jump in the void. Try to really feel the trust that you can express all that you want, but that it's not anymore you that it's trying to control. It's just a feeling that you have. It's just to have that kind of trust and let the music flow inside yourself. So I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe, like the video, and comment. If you have any kind of, feedback, please let me know. There's always a way to improve, and that should be the idea of a life, So please let me know, and see you in the next one.